Hey guys, welcome to the second edition of today's Trading Bitcoin with your host, Tone Vase. Did one of these in the morning just before I went off to teach my trading workshop here in New Delhi. Well, Noida to be exact, so I'm not actually in the borders of New Delhi or Delhi. I think I'm still in the border of Delhi. A little complicated here. Not as complicated as the hotel system. Apparently the hotel that I had booked doesn't accept foreigners. So I was turned away. This was late last night. I had to find another hotel on the go. India continues to amaze and, well, just amaze. I was going to say unimpressed, but mostly just amazed. I am having a good time now. I'm going to go, randomly walking around Delhi all day tomorrow. Then I'm going to go down to Taj Mahal the day after. Using the photo image of the Taj Mahal, I wanted to mix it up a little bit. All right, anyway, let me situate here. Let me get the live chat up. I don't have anybody here helping me with questions these days. It's just too hard to organize. I'll try and keep an eye on your live chat, but it's hard for me to look at charts and keep an eye on your live chat. Yeah, I'm gonna. The reason why I'm going live right now is because of the 9 on the 1 hour chart. So we're gonna be taking a look at that in 1 second. I just wanna, set everything up here. I hope I'm not dealing with very good bandwidth here, so I really hope everything kind of works. And I did send this link over to Willy Woo and Venzen, but I sent it to them 2 minutes ago, right? So they haven't even gotten the message yet. So if they get it, then that'd be great. I think Tyler is busy, unfortunately, but that's okay. All right, looks like everything's good. All right, let's go to screen share. I'm going to try and keep my announcements to a minimum. However, I do have to promote the conference. I mean, we haven't sold that many tickets. I can't wait for all of the pictures of all the speakers to come out. Man, Peter, amazing job, man. Thank you. Tickets, looks like we sold about 25 of them, and we still have 24 to go at current prices. A few VIP tickets got sold. It's going to be a great event. I can't wait to hang out with all those people. Please check it out. Understanding Bitcoin, understandbtc.com. We are going to be fixing the website up. Homepage, check out the store. This is where we're going to be selling a bunch of merchandise. We're going to be adding other merchandise, probably more cool shirts, more cool designs. This is what we have up for sale as of right now. Workshops, India was today, so this one is over. That's going to come off the sheet. New York is up for during consensus. Mexico City, Malta, Cairo, Zurich. You guys get the point. If you just want the indicator, check out indicators. If you want to know where I'm traveling to next, check out the calendar. Okay, we can already go to March. We're technically in March. And here it is. Here's my travel schedule all throughout March. All right, let's go to the charts. Here's the long-term chart. It's 11 a.m. in New York, even though I'm in India. My computer is set to New York time for stock market purposes, just so I'm aware what the hell is going on. And nothing's changed from this morning. Actually, the price was at 41. The candle is pulling back. I didn't think we can get a red candle out of this, but you know what? We actually could. The monthly chart is not very interesting right now. We just have to wait for the end of the month. The weekly chart has just gotten very interesting. Thank you, Sherry, for your generous donation. Yeah, thank you. I really should just go to the hourly chart and start from the lower time frame. I'm going to go really quickly through this. The weekly chart busted over a critical line, but it couldn't stay there, right? Now, according to the sequential system, if you only trade the sequential system, you entered a long trade above the high of the candle with a 2 on it. I can't see the numbers here. That value, the high of this candle was at 36.63. So if you only traded the sequential and you bought in at 36.63, you still have a profitable trade. You can choose to get out of this trade with a profit or take your chances. That's really up to you. Also, we clearly bounced off the 200-day moving average. Now, as you all know, I believe the 200-day moving average is going to break to the downside. The 200-week moving average is going to break to the downside, okay? I don't understand this comment, C-Zorn. It doesn't make sense to me. I'm going to move on with the analysis. Guys, if you don't want to accidentally get, banned or blocked by one of my moderators, don't say anything stupid. Because the time that it takes to unban and unblock people is not worth my time. So don't say anything that's going to get you banned or blocked. I mean, that's the solution. Okay, I'm going to stop paying attention to the live chat, and I'm going to move on with the analysis. So is the bull trap in? I don't know. Let's find out. So as I said this morning, now this is now in the way. I'm going to move this over to the side, right? I highlighted the 7 candle. So this morning, the daily was on an 8 candle, okay? The daily was on an 8 candle. And I was waiting for that 9 candle, but as you can see, there was critical resistance right here. It was a combination of the setup trend line and the declining 128-day moving average, which has been critical in the past many, many times. So I really thought that we can get to 42.50. But we only got to 41.90, let's say 4200. And that's close enough, right? So when you start getting to a critical point of resistance, you have to understand that some traders are going to preemptively get out, okay? There's no conspiracy here, right? I don't believe in conspiracies. Some traders started to get out prematurely ahead of resistance. That started to drop the price. What usually happens in this case is that other traders drop the bids. Now, I know in Bitcoin it's different. Somebody probably dumped big. Somebody knew they can take advantage, okay? So some people preemptively started to sell. That caused other people to sell. That caused other people not to buy. And the next thing you know, there is a giant pocket and the price just crashes, okay? And it came close enough to say that we hit resistance. Now, what you're supposed to do in this case is you're supposed to raise your stop loss and tighten it up. So the daily chart, unfortunately, did not make it to a 9. It made it to an 8. It made it to critical resistance. And this is close enough. So you have your stop loss and you get out. Now, I warned everyone this morning that the volume on this up candle of the 7 was not as high as prior volume spikes. And therefore, it was not going to lead to any significant upside. As I said this morning, I was looking for the market to reverse at this level of resistance. I just thought it was going to do it, 36 hours later than it actually did, okay? And I wasn't even around to watch it happen live. So let's go to the 12-hour chart. The 12-hour chart was very bullish as of this green line. Now, as of this green line, that was the bullish trade on a 12-hour chart. You then had a 4 go above the 3, but then it started to crash hard. If you bought here and you're still holding on to that trade, you really need to, well, I'm not going to shill my courses, but anyone that's attended my courses better not still be in this bullish trade. You should have had a break-even stop loss, and you should have gotten out of this trade. You should not be sitting on a bullish position. Now, unfortunately for me, I was in GBTC, and today, as far as I know, in New York is still Sunday. So while I was planning to exit my GBTC trade on Monday, like I said this morning I would, or yesterday I would, I'm not going to get a chance to get out of my GBTC trade because of this dump taking place over the weekend. See, the upswing happened before I had a chance to exit because I was busy, and I think this happened on Friday, or it even happened after the market closed. And I had all intentions of getting out with my profits because I've been waiting to get out with my profit because I got into it in this area. And I talked about how I got out with a partial profit, but I didn't have a break-even stop loss set. I had a mental one, and I didn't get a chance to get out, probably because of the weekend, or I was just too busy again. So I was going to hold that trade until the bull trap that I was expecting at 5,000. The big dump today makes that seem a little bit more unlikely now. So it's unfortunate I didn't get to get out of my GBTC, but that's okay. I'll get out of it later. Like, it's not a big deal to me. If the market falls good enough to another buy point, I'll just buy more. It was a long-term trade anyway. It's okay. I had other reasons for making that trade. So here's the 4-hour chart. The 4-hour chart was very late to the party. Now the 4-hour topped on a sequential 13. So again, if you are a trader of the sequential system, you should have seen this 9 that kicked off the countdown phase. The countdown gave you an aggressive 13 right here, and then a sequential 13 right at the high. Again, you have notifications if you have my code. If you don't have my code, I have no idea what others are doing. You can set notifications. If you are a trader on a 4-hour chart, you should have paid attention. You should have tightened your stops. There's no way you should be in this trade below these lows. Probably took a loss, but a little tiny loss. Should have exited somewhere at worst 4,100. Okay, we topped right at 4,200. The hourly chart is what's really, really interesting. So the hourly chart popped randomly. It had this rounded top. Now in 1 hour, you lost about 4 days worth of gains. When was this? February 18th, and today is the 24th. So you basically lost, wow, going all the way back to here. So you basically lost 6 days worth of gains in 1 hour, okay? Big dump, you gotta be ready. You gotta stay on your toes. If you're gonna be a trader, you gotta watch the market like a hawk, okay? So here you have a 9. Now, as you can see, the 8 was a huge candle. Here's the 9. Now, what it looks like, I don't know if this video will last another 40 minutes, but this looks like a reversal candle to me as it stands, okay? That was a pretty big dump. So I can definitely see a rebound off this 9 on the hourly chart. Now, remember, higher level time frames are all turning bearish right now, okay? No bullishness, no price flip here. Price flip on the daily. Only the weekly is still bullish, okay? The daily is now neutral on a red 1. The 12-hour is now neutral on a red 1. The 4-hour is neutral on a red 2 because it did not go lower than a red 1. So all of those went neutral. The 1 hour went bearish long ago. The 1 hour went bearish. Well, went bearish kind of weirdly. It was like, oh yeah, red 2 going below red 1. No, that wasn't weird. So it went bearish right here. So using the 1 hour chart, you had a pretty good indication of when to get into a short trade or dump your long trade. And that was right here. Now, normally, I would say, hey, you have a red 1, you need a red 2 below a red 1, below a 9 for the countdown phase. But right now, it looks like a reversal candle. So I would not trade the current candle. We can zoom in Oh, by the way, thank you, Vinay. Man, Vinay is the man. Came to my workshop today. Taught me a bunch of stuff about using TradingView. He should do tutorials. So when you're in full screen, I can actually change uh, I can not only change ticker, which I didn't know while being in full screen, I can also change the time level. So right now, I can zoom in to the 10-minute chart. All I got to do is type 10, and I can go into the 10-minute chart right here. Now, the 10-minute chart does not look very good. Unfortunately, I'm still getting this. Loop too long. We're working on a fix. Ooh, I like it. So the 10-minute gave you a reversal candle, but it did not give you any follow through. Now we already had sequential, but this sequential is coming from the 9 up here. Okay, I think. Is it? No, it's not. So this sequential is coming from this 9. The sequential that's going to come up soon is going to come from this 9. Wow, that was a delayed sequential. Interesting. Man, I gotta shave my head again soon. So yeah, so we're coming up on a 9 using the 10-minute chart. We still have about 18 minutes. So I would love for this. Well, this needs to close lower than the 6 candle. I don't think it's gonna do that. So maybe next candle will give us a 9 and the 12, and then the following candle could be a 13. So I think we can bottom, but the 10-minute chart looks like it's gonna go lower. So I'm gonna go back to 1 hour. Didn't know that feature, it's great. Yeah, so this is no longer looking like a reversal candle. So I was really hoping this 9 would give you elements of trying to catch a knife, but it isn't, right? So don't buy off this 9, guys, because you see the weakness is coming in. Like I would only buy off this 9 if I saw a reversal candle, but I don't see a reversal candle. This was not a strong enough shadow at the bottom, and this 9 has no elements of a reversal. And now the candle following the 9 is not giving you any elements of a reversal yet. And it's a 1 hour candle. And I don't know if I'll be here for the next 37 minutes. So I looked at the 10-minute chart, and the 10-minute chart is not useful at all. We can look at the 5-minute chart. And the 5-minute chart is not giving you any elements of a reversal either. You're on a 5 of 9 with a 10 sequential. So we could get to a 913 on a 5-minute chart, and then maybe you can try to catch a falling knife. But as of right now, you need several things. You would need a 9, 13, and the reversal candle on that candle. And then I would consider, catching a falling knife on a 5-minute scale. Now you have to be a trader on a 5-minute scale. But right now, the 5-minute scale is telling you it's going to go lower. The 10-minute scale is telling you it's going to go lower. I don't normally go into smaller time frames, but here's the 3-minute chart. And the 3-minute chart is also bearish, telling you it's going to go lower, right? You're looking at a red 2 below a red 1, a red 3 below a red 2 with a 6 on the countdown phase. Now, this was a beautiful 913 knife catch using a 3-minute chart. If you're a 3-minute chart trader, I mean, everyone's different, right? I mean, I don't like trading 3-minute charts, but some people like it. And yeah, you could have tried catching it after this candle on this candle, but this trade would not have lost you much money. You were hoping for a monster rebound, back to 3,900, maybe 4,000. But when it doesn't happen, you got to get get out of that trade, right? You're a short-term trader. This would have been, if you were looking at 3-minute charts, I probably, and if someone made me trade 3-minute charts, let's say there was a 3-minute chart competition or something, where everyone only trades 3-minute charts, and I'm watching this dump, where would I buy? I would buy right here. I would buy at the opening of this candle. Now, this trade probably didn't make me any money, probably got stopped out on this candle here at the one candle, but it would have been a good buying opportunity from a technical perspective. 913 with a shadow at the bottom. So the 3-minute candle is still bearish. We're on a red 4 of 9. So I can't find you anything. I mean, we can try the 1-minute candle. Probably a dumb idea, but. I mean, on a 1-minute candle, I mean, this is where like a lot of the damage was done in the last couple of minutes. I mean, the 1-minute candles are still bearish, right? You're probably going to price flip in a minute, but I mean, I can't even find you any time frame here to recommend to catch a knife. We can try 15-minute. Haven't looked at that one. The 15-minute is very bearish. You know, you're coming up. It's a brand new low close on a 15-minute chart. The 9 didn't give you any follow through, right? Just because it's a 9 doesn't mean that it's a buying opportunity. You have to look for a reason to buy besides a 9, and I don't have one. You're on a 4 countdown phase. The following candle never went above the 9. There is no reversal candle. This is a reversal candle on the 2-minute, on a 2 above it. It's a reversal candle, but you needed to trade above that candle in order to take on a bullish trade. I can't find any time frame that is bullish. 30-minute chart, bearish as well. So if you're a short-term momentum trader or you're short in the market, there's absolutely no reason for you to even take your profit. I mean, everything looks like it's ready to go lower, right? You had a 9, again, no follow through here. That's a beautiful 9 on a 30-minute chart, marking the top, and that's another one as well. Those were nice. Let's go back to the 1 hour. And the 1 hour is currently still bearish, right? I can't even, yeah, I know it's a 9. I wanted to go live. I wanted to see if there's strength here in order to potentially buy it, at least buy it back into this red line that I had. A little bounce, you know, a 1 to 4 candle dead cat bounce before going lower. But right now, all of these lower level time frames are saying go short. Well, not go short. It's too late to go short, but it's telling you not to take profit yet. Leave some on the short trade. It will probably go lower, but I'm shorting at this time because it needs to rebound. I just don't see a good place for it to rebound. All right, I guess I can take a couple of questions because I don't really have much else to say here. It's still the weekend. The S&P still closed. Now, I'm looking at the longs versus shorts on Bitfinex. I really should be looking at the longs versus shorts on BitMax, but I don't know what the tickers are for that, right? Like, I don't know what they are. I can try to figure it out, right? But like, I don't know if I should do that on live air. I mean, everything on BitMax is XBT. So I don't know if they have like short, long leverage. Like, I don't know what the tickers are, right? So on, I mean, I think they have like their long short ratio, but I don't know what the tickers are. If anybody knows what the tickers are, you know, post them in the live chat for me. No, I'm not going to go to another website, guys. I mean, that's all up to you, right? I mean, I'm looking at longs versus shorts on Bitfinex, but if I can't get longs versus shorts of BitMax on TradingView, I'm not going to go to some other website to look at it. But if you guys are trading, you should pay attention to that. Filter by exchange. Good point. Shit, it's a lot of exchanges. Here we go. BitMax. Yeah, I don't see anything here on longs versus shorts. Maybe I can do long and then filter on BitMax. No, nothing. So I don't know. 61.45% short. Interesting. They did ban me, but they can't ban me from TradingView. What's my rationale for Bitcoin bottoming in 2019 as opposed to 2020? Nothing. Opinion. I mean, XBT doesn't show me anything. Anyway, it doesn't matter. No, I understand how BitMax works. I've been trading there since their beta. But I have seen people pull up their long versus short different ratio. I've seen it on different scales. Anyway. Oh, someone's asking me, is the 5,000 dead cat bounce officially off the table? Probably. It's probably over. I give it an 80% chance we're not going to 5,000. This is not looking good at all right now. And the interesting thing is, like, the bearish trap didn't happen and the bullish trap didn't really happen. So the BLX index is not going to update till the end of the day. That's one of the frustrating things about it. Like, I would love to use a better index, guys. Give me a better index. Give me a better index that's real time and it goes back to at least 2010. I mean, Willy Woo has one that goes back to 2009. This one goes back to Mt. Gox. Willy Woo's goes back to 2009, right? But Willy Woo needs to get his index on TradingView so I can actually chart against it. Bitstamp only goes back to like 2012 or something. It's no good. No good to me. So here's the thing, right? At this point, the current weekly candle looks very reminiscent of, wow, I have a lot of notes. God damn. Just got too much notes. I have to go to the monthly chart. I have to go to a cleaner chart. So because this candle right here, like I said yesterday, right? Or this morning or yesterday, whenever I did the video, right? The current candle reminded me of the November candle. And it looks like that's exactly what's happening right now, right? We had a bounce and we sharply had this. So if this candle closes with a shadow above the candle larger than the body, then it's very reminiscent of what happened in November. And that means over the next few months, we will have capitulation. Will this capitulation lead to the ultimate low the way it did back in January 2015? The answer is I don't know, and I don't think so. Like I said, this bear market looks significantly worse than the last bear market. I think it will take longer, and I think it will go lower. The reason it will is because too many people still believe in shit coins, like Ethereum and others, okay? As long as Ethereum goes up with Bitcoin and is correlated to Bitcoin, this bear market is not going to end. I've been saying this for months, and I will continue to say it until the market proves me wrong, and it hasn't proven me wrong yet. It really is that simple. It really is that simple, okay? So on a weekly scale, you know what? Let me, so much better. Where do I think we are on a weekly scale? On a weekly scale, let me maximize this. I believe we are here. I believe we just had this candle, okay? Assuming the November 10th candle, this one right here, right? So we fell and made a new low. This was the $278 low. We then moved from 278 up to 450. So many people thought the bear market was over, but it wasn't. And it was only getting started. And then from 450, we fell down to 150 in 2 months. In 2 months, okay? So we fell from 450 to 150. So we fell 66%, right? We fell 2/3. So 450 minus 150 minus another 150, right? So we fell 2/3 from this point. So if you take this move, and I finally learned how to do that, right? So if I take this move and I put it here, and I do this to here, I grab these candles and I slide them over. It's going to be tricky. Hey, Blue Core, welcome back, man. Haven't seen you in a while. Thanks for your donation, buddy. So if I take those candles and I move them here, and I align that November 10th weekly candle with the current candle, right? I mean, that candle had a much higher range. So let's say I put the top, I'm going to split the candle. I'm going to put it right in the middle, right? So assuming that candle, but the current bear market is taking longer to achieve, right? So assuming I take that candle and I stick it on top of the current candle, here's what you're looking at. And guess what? That is very close to my $1,300 target, okay? So that's where I think we are. What did I think was going to happen? I honestly thought we were going to go higher and we were going to top here, okay? This is what I thought was going to happen. I thought we were going to make it to a weekly 9. I thought that we can go, if this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, that would have been 6, maybe a little bit higher, 7, 8, and we're going to go down from here. Now, I also thought this move down would have lasted a little bit longer because things are taking a little bit longer now, okay? So this is the move I would be expecting. However, I would have expected it to be dragged out a little bit longer, okay? But that's what you're looking at if you're going to compare 2014 and 15 to the current environment. Hey, Chris, I don't think you understand how trading works, but good luck to you. And I talk about gold every day. My chart is right here. Talk about it all the time. So this is the projection of the 2014, because to me, this candle looks very similar to the week of November 10th. I'm going to delete this. Okay. And I mentioned that the current environment looked a lot like this November area. Where is the November area? This area here. Right? This one went a little bit higher. That's why I thought we can go a little bit higher. But it's not looking good, guys. It's really not. The move to 5,000 after a dump like this, once Bitcoin falls below the 200-day moving average, everyone's going to panic. Everyone's going to panic. All right, I can't wait for the S&P 500 to open because I'm really interested in that market. And I need this on weekly, actually. Really interested in how the S&P 500 opens in the futures market tonight. Gold, you got to wait and see. The sequential says bullish, the chart says bullish, but until it breaks out above this Fibonacci line, it's not really interesting to me. S&P futures on a 10-minute chart, only because I was teaching my workshop and we were going through how to trade the 10-minute futures market. Normally, I'm looking at it on it. Let me delete all these. Don't need them anymore. On a daily chart. Yeah, I would have been completely out of the S&P 500 on Friday because that is an 8 candle at the top of weekly resistance, near the top of daily resistance after a monster uptrend. You know there's going to be a 9 tomorrow or a big collapse. So I would not risk it. I would be out of the S&P on Friday. I probably forgot to say it on Friday, but hey, anyone that knows how to trade should have known to be out of the S&P on Friday. That's it, guys. I talked a lot about the NASDAQ in comparison to Bitcoin. I got to post that video cleanly. It was one of the videos with Venzan and Willie, but the internet kept cutting out. So I got to go through that video and do it. Take a look at TLT. I haven't looked at bonds in a long time. Let's see when the last time I looked at bonds. TLT. The last time I looked at TLT, damn, do I even have a chart of T? There it is, TLT. The last time I looked at TLT daily was March of last year. So it's been about a year since I looked at it. Thank God for the TradingView blockchain of timestamping. It's a lot more immutable than the Ethereum blockchain. Someone said traditional markets move too slow compared to crypto. You are completely incorrect. Traditional markets can give you 250 to 1 leverage. That's just in the S&P futures market. So no, they don't move slow. They move more predictably. Most of the people that finish my trading course and start trading full time stop trading crypto and start trading traditional markets. They find it to be a lot safer. Here is TLT on a daily chart. It is totally useless. It's not doing anything. It is way more bullish than bearish. I'll give you that. But I'm looking for a breakout here, but it's not very useful right now. Let me look at the weekly chart. Oh, it's the monthly chart. Look at the weekly chart. The weekly chart also looks pretty bullish. I like this 9 buy right at the low, followed by a bullish harami. That was very nice. Nice 9 buy over here. Nice 9 sell over there. I didn't even see that one. That's the most recent one. I don't know how I just missed it looking at the chart. It's bullish. The weekly TLT is bullish. So that means interest rate will probably, so if TLT is rising, if TLT is rising, oh wow. Oh, nice 9 at the high. I'm tired. So if TLT is rising, that means if the value of the bonds is rising, that means the interest rate is falling. Yeah. So if TLT is rising, that means interest rate's falling. Beautiful 9 right at the high. Man. Yeah, TD sequential called that one right there. Let's look at the bonds themselves. Let's look at the yield. I'm gonna look at the 10-year yield. 10-year yield right there. Last time I looked at the yield was in December. 10-year bond daily. No, I'd rather look at the yield. 10-year yield. So here's the 10-year yield. Yeah, 10-year yield is falling. Hence TLT is rising. It's the daily chart. Let's look at the weekly chart. Yeah, there it is. I mean, the yield is still rising overall. This was the neutral zone I had. So the 10-year made the all-time low right here in 2016. Yeah, it looks interesting. All right, next, what else you guys got? Someone, TJ, is asking me a question about like mental. Yeah, but like I don't have time to answer that question. Sorry, man. Takes too long. Yeah, you got to be mentally ready for a lot of stuff. I don't really want to look at Netflix right now because it's the weekend, maybe next week. Is Russia manipulating the price of Bitcoin? I don't know. I don't care. I look at the charts. When am I coming to Brazil? Maybe in December. That's the only time I could come to Brazil is December. So if I come to Brazil, it'll be December. It doesn't mean I'm coming to Brazil, but if I come, it'll be December. No, I'm just tired, guys. It's been 2 days of conference and an all-day workshop. So I'm gonna try and get some sleep, and tomorrow I gotta walk around Delhi all day to see the sights. I don't have to, I want to. Someone says you lost a lot of money listening to me. Don't listen to me. What do you want me to tell you? You get what you pay for. Yeah, guys, I have a calendar on my website. So, I mean, like, no one should say, I didn't know you were coming to India. I mean, granted, my calendar is kind of new, but if you just go to tonebase.com, there is a calendar button in the menu. You don't see it here because I had already clicked it, but there's a calendar on my website, and you can see all the countries I'm going to. Hopefully, I don't end up like that guy in Sweden or Switzerland or wherever it happened. because I'm clearly broke. You should look at my clothes, and you should look at the hotel rooms in India I'm staying in. So torturing me for my private keys is not going to get you very far. But yeah, everyone knows where I am. I'm very accessible. Go out to dinner with strangers. So there you go. You can sign up for a dinner right here in Austria. I don't have any money, guys. You know I'm a terrible trader. So does it mean we're going below 200 MA? I always said we were going below 200 MA, right? During this upswing that we had, I mean, I always said like probably 5,000 and then it was going to crash. Like going below the 200 weekly moving average was always, I thought, had a high probability of happening regardless of how high we got on the current swing. Now, the higher we would have gotten on the current swing, the more people would have gotten bullish and the more they would have gotten wrecked. Reversing from here probably got some people wrecked that anticipated 5,000. I mean, I anticipated 5,000. Like I said, I still have my bullish GBTC position that I intended on exiting Monday, or at least lowering my position. I was going to take another half off the table on Monday. Now I'm not going to get a chance to do that because it's not going to open in the profit for me. So I'll just wait for another opportunity to either sell it or pick up more if we dump down into the 2000 range, like low 2000 range. Tone, do you agree with Tyler about Bitcoin going below 1,000? I actually do not. I do not think Bitcoin is going below 1,000. Can Bitcoin go below 1,000? Yes. Do I see? Here's the thing, right? When if I stop screen share, then I'm gonna forget to put it back. See, here's the thing, right? When someone asks me a question, and the question is, do you think X is going to happen? And what you don't understand is that as long as I think there is a 51% probability, 51% chance that it's going to happen, I'm going to say yes. So if you say, will Bitcoin go below 200-day moving average, yes or no? My answer is going to be yes, because I think there is a 51% chance, or greater than a 51% chance, that we're going below the 200-day moving average. That means there is a 49% chance that we're not going below the 200-week moving average, okay? Now, if you then say, you said Bitcoin is definitely going below 200-day moving average, 200 weeks, sorry. And I'm going to say, no, you're an idiot if you think that, right? Because my answer is either 50-50 or yes, we're going below the 200-week, as long as I think there is a greater than 50% chance. Now, when you say, is Bitcoin going below 1,000? I'm going to say, no, it's not, because I give it a 51% chance that it's not going below 1,000. In reality, it's a little bit higher than that, right? But all I need is a 51%, right? As long as I have a 51% chance on a coin flip, I will bet it all day long. I'm not going to, but if someone said, hey, Tone, here's a coin, 51% of the time, it will lend heads. I rigged the coin, I weighted it to one side, you have a 1% advantage on a coin flip. Would I bet my entire life savings on a single coin flip? Absolutely not. But would I bet $1 on a coin flip for every, let's say a robot can flip a coin once a second. If I know there's a 51% chance that it's going to land heads because I rigged the coin and I can bet on heads, I will bet $1 on heads every second for the rest of my life, because I know I will win in the long run. So the same thing happens here, right? So I believe that there is a 51% chance or higher we are not going below 1,000. So no, I do not agree with Tyler that we're going below 1,000. Can it go below 1,000? Hell yeah, it can go below 1,000. okay? Now, do I think there is a greater than 51% chance we're gonna go below the 3,000? Yes, there is a much greater than a 51% chance, okay? Check my last probabilities. Whatever I said then, I still stand by it, right? Next, if we hit another milestone, I'll update my probabilities. So that's how you have to think about trading, right? So anyone that comes here and says, Tone said so-and-so and he was wrong, you're just an idiot and you don't understand trading. Oh, someone's knocking. I'm probably being too loud. Hold on. I'm about to get yelled at. Nope. Not being too loud, but someone brought food that I didn't order. Let me see what other comments you guys have. Some guys that want 1,000 Bitcoin expected to go to 100,000, which is quite greedy. So markets will go there. Why for cheap buyers? Guys, most people are going to be too scared. If Bitcoin crashed to $1,000 right now, most people will not buy. Someone says, "Tone, remember the donkey meme?" Yeah, I know. I was gonna actually convert the donkey meme into myself, like say, no matter what I do, the people are gonna criticize. I just didn't have the time to. I just didn't have the time to give a spec to my graphic designer. Looking at your comments. Char Vampire got 8th place in the poker tournament. I got 9th place. So I think I did pretty well. If Bitcoin goes sub 1,000, it could go much lower. I agree. If Bitcoin goes sub 1,000, mining could actually, collapse. It's a problem. Yeah, price matters. If we go back to 4,200, I'm like 90% certain we're going to break it to the upside. Who's my graphic designer? World of Rusty on Twitter. Who won the poker tournament? You wouldn't know him. Why do I think Bitcoin would go down with all the good publicity? I don't see any good publicity. All I see is people launching scams like Bitcoin hacks. The only, I'm trying to create good publicity with understanding Bitcoin, but looks like only 25 people are going to attend. I mean, that's the conference to learn about Bitcoin. And look, no one's attending, right? I mean, I go to scam conferences all the time. I go to these ICO shill conferences all the time. There's 2,000 people there. I'm trying to create a conference to educate people about how to properly use Bitcoin, how to keep Bitcoin decentralized, and 25 people signed up so far. So what do you want me to say? Trust me, there's no good publicity in Bitcoin. No one wants Bitcoin. Everyone wants to lose money in a scam coin. Tone, do you think there is anything that Binance, etc., will try to keep the altcoin market from dying? Of course. I mean, the only reason Binance exists is for people to trade scams. I mean, of course, they're going to do everything in their power to keep scams alive, including their own scam coin. When am I going to write a book about TD? God, I haven't even read the book about TD. I should probably read Tom DeMark's book about TD first. I learned TD from traders. I didn't read the book. I don't have time to write a book. I don't have time to read a book. How do I get access to the indicator? Well, you go to my website. You go to tonebase.com. Oh, you're understanding Bitcoin. It redirects, right? So you head on over to tonebase.com and you click on this button that says indicator. And it explains how much it would cost to access the code and how to sign up for it. There's no subscription. It's just a one-time fee. Why don't you use exponential moving averages? Because I don't. I like simple moving averages. Why is Ethereum not dead yet? Good question. It died with the DAO, you know, but people are not very smart. I do have an Amazon referral link. All you got to do is click on affiliates, go down to my Amazon section, click on any link, and then go and do your shopping. And that will give me a kickback from Amazon. And you don't have to pay anything extra. And that is a great way to support my channel. And if you're going to pay or get a VPN, please use these links as well. Julio, thank you for your donation. Doesn't Lightning equal a higher value Satoshi? Otherwise, why would you want sub Satoshi transactions? I don't really understand your question. With Lightning, you can do sub Satoshi transactions, but you can't close the Lightning channel is in sub Satoshis, right? So you would need to open a Lightning channel with maybe 10 Satoshis and or at minimum 1 Satoshi, but I wouldn't recommend it. So you want to open your Lightning channel with maybe 10 Satoshis, and then you can make sub Satoshi transactions. If you open your Lightning channel with 10 Satoshis, it doesn't mean you can only make 10 transactions of 1 Satoshi. You'll be able to go sub Satoshi, maybe not yet, but eventually you'll be able to go sub Satoshi transactions, but you will need to close it in greater than single Satoshi on each side of the channel. I'm not a Lightning expert. Don't hold me to any of this. 4,200 to 3,700 was an $11 billion loss. Yeah, probably. Thank you, Cleopatra. When's the law review? I really don't know. It's really difficult for me to coordinate with people, especially in a weird time zone that is off by 30 minutes. And I always forget in which direction. And I'll be driving all through rural India the next 2 or 3 days. Like, it's just impossible for me to coordinate. Like, Brock Pierce wanted to come on the channel and talk about GOX. I haven't had time to schedule. The Abra CEO wanted to come on the channel and teach me about Abra, which I understand. I just don't agree with his business model. And I don't have time to schedule. The law review would be great. You know, I just don't have the time to schedule. Sorry, guys. Dorsey and Elon Musk are as good publicity. I agree, but see, Tyler and I have been trying to understand. News events do not change trend. I mean, it better be one hell of a news event, and it's not Elon Musk and it's not Jack Dorsey, right? I mean, maybe if the European currency collapsed, that would be a big enough news event or an economic event to reverse the trend of Bitcoin. If the Italian bank shut down, okay, I don't know, I mean, a meteor full of gold, you know, crashed on Earth and didn't kill everyone, but like killed half the world, but also quadrupled the gold supply in the world, right? I mean, now you have half the population and 4 times more gold, right? Then everyone would lose their value in gold and everything will go into Bitcoin, right? Like there could be crazy events that can alter the trend, but in reality, news don't change the trend. The Bitcoin trend will change from bearish to bullish when the last seller has sold. When Tim Draper and Mike Novogratz get so fed up with Bitcoin that they sell their multi-$100 million positions at a 60-70% loss, markets can probably bottom and then we go up. That's how markets fly. Yeah, I have no time to, again, Richard Hard wants to come on the show. I don't have time to schedule. I don't know where I'm going to be tomorrow. I don't know if I'll have internet. Like, if I wasn't traveling, I'd be able to do all this stuff, but. Do you believe Bitcoin ETF tamed Bitcoin in both ways, where it can't go too high or too low? Not really. I just said I have no time to schedule interviews and you guys want me to get CZ. It's not going to be a very good conversation. Why would he want to come on my show? I'm just going to accuse him of running a security scam. Yeah, I have to try to go to Mumbai and Bangalore and Goa next time I'm in India. That's why I'm trying to see as much of North India as I can. So next time I come to India, I can just go to the south. Am I staying safe given the Bitcoin robbery in the Netherlands? That's the thing. If you look at my Twitter, I actually don't know if the Bitcoin robbery in the Netherlands had anything to do with Bitcoin, right? Like, I'm not sure if it was like a coincidence that the guy happened to be a crypto trader, right? Like, I haven't seen enough evidence to say that he got targeted because of crypto. It's possible that he was just targeted. So it doesn't, I don't have enough information there. Why am I smarter than Draper and Novogratz? I didn't say I was smarter. I just know the market will bottom if they completely sell and capitulate. Tim Draper bought around $600. I know. So what do you think happens if Bitcoin falls to under $2,000? Don't you think his investors are going to be a little upset he didn't sell at 20,000? Does this price action look organic to you? Seems fine to me. Yeah, Charles Hoskinson's been on my show like twice, I think. All right, guys. I think I'm going to call it a day. That's it for charts. I'll glance at the low-level charts one more time. See, no one is shorting. The short interest on Bitfinex is just dropping like a rock. So no one is short. And if no one is short, price has a good chance to keep going lower. As you can see, the hourly chart has turned. So I did stay with you for the entire hour. And I don't see of any follow through here, right? So I wouldn't be buying, I wouldn't be catching this falling knife off the 9. I really wanted for this 9 and the following hour and the current hour to give me something to say, hey, I would buy right here, but I wouldn't buy right here. I wouldn't sell here either. Like if you weren't short going into the last 3 hours, this is not the time to go short, but it's also not the time to go long. You may see this as useless advice, but it's actually very valuable. It's also free advice, so you get what you pay for. All right, guys. I will talk to you all on the next one. Please check out Understanding Bitcoin Conference, understandingbtc.com. I have no idea if there'll be a video tomorrow. If there is, it'll be early in the morning. And then the next 2 or 3 days, I'm going to be spending traveling through India. So I don't know if there'll be videos the rest of the week. Maybe there will be from the road. I have no idea. Depends how good my international service is. Talk to you all later. Kind of tired.